Thanks for tuning into Heirs TV.
To be super, to believe, to expect things that other people have never seen before. Amen. To lay hands on the sick and watch them recover. Yes. You look through the Bible, Jesus walked on water. That's super. The Bible says the doors was closed and Jesus walked in. Super. It said that Paul was walking to him and his boy was walking by, and he said, give me money. Dude's begging, he's sitting at the gate, called Beautiful. He wasn't looking too beautiful. He's sitting at the gate, and they said, well, such as we have. We don't have any silver and gold with us right now, but what we have, we'll give you that. Get up and walk. The dude was sitting there. Everybody knew about that guy. See, they was walking in super. See, the scripture says, you shall receive power after the Holy Ghost come upon you. You'll be a witness unto me. Amen. And then that's Acts 1, 8, and then Acts 2 is when the power fell on them like cloven tongues of fire, and they were speaking in an unknown tongue. It said, and then shortly after that, because remember, he had told Peter, when you're converted, go strengthen your brothers. Mm-hmm. He said, basically, when you get your super, you're ready to rock and roll. And he started to walk, and they started to they started bringing handkerchiefs. Man, just pray over the handkerchief, man. We'll just go with the handkerchief. Since Paul was preaching so long one day, we're about to leave. I'm not going to preach as long as Paul. He was preaching so long one day, the dude was watching, fell asleep. Paul preaching like 4 or 5 hours. Fell asleep, fell, and broke his neck. Gone. Says, but they looked at Paul. Paul didn't panic. Paul, hold on a second, y'all. Hey, what scripture I was at? Remember the scripture I was at. Healed him, got back up and said, now where was we at? No, he good, he all right. And it reminds me of a book. If you get a chance, maybe you want to get it. It's called Expect the Extraordinary by Jerry Savelle. And so I'm reading through the book. Matter of fact, I got that book. Somebody recommended it when we was in Louisiana. So I got the book, and so Jerry Savelle, he wasn't really living for God, and he met Kenneth Copeland, and because his mother-in-law, when Kenneth Copeland would come in town, she housed preachers, just trying to get some of the blessing or anointing or whatever. And so Kenneth Copeland started to challenge him. Like we challenge some of y'all ain't trying to hear it. So he started to challenge him. And so one day he's talking to him. He said, you know what your problem is, Jerry? Your problem is your mouth. Basically, he was saying so much negative. And he's like, who does preacher think he's talking to? And at that time, he started to at least listen to his tapes. So that day, he took it was reel-to-reels back then. He took them and threw them down the street. Man, ain't nobody listening to this. But eventually, God told him, you need to listen to him. So it goes into service, and this guy's preaching faith. He's sitting up front, and he's listening, and he's getting it. Now he's getting it. He's believing. Well, one day he's sitting in the front, and he hears a scream. Somebody comes in the back. Is a lady from the nursery. She's screaming, oh my God, her fingers are cut off. He looks up, his daughter's in her hand. And what had happened was she was rocking, and the daughter walked by, and it sliced her fingers. Off. Not just cut off. So his natural man wanted to go, oh, my baby, but his spirit man was like, I want to see what the man of God going to do. He's teaching faith. And he looked, and Kenneth Copeland was preaching. He saw what happened. He didn't panic. He just started walking downstairs, went and prayed over the girl's hands, and because it was blood coming out everywhere, and the blood stopped. And so he pointed. He said, Jerry, he says, you're going to have to take her to the hospital because that's an open wound, so they're going to need to sew up the wound. And he says, and we'll just believe for healing. So they found the fingers, the rest of the fingers, and but they couldn't sew them back on. It was just too damaged. So the doctor said, well, sir, sorry to tell you, but your daughter's going to have nubs. And so at this point, he's believing faith. He said, well, doctor, you do what you got to do, we'll do what we got to do. But I'm believing my daughter will get her fingers back. So some weeks go by, and they go back to the doctor, and the fingers had grown a little bit, because it was severed at the line, so it had grown a little bit. And the doctor said, well, it's a miracle that it grown a little bit, but she's still going to have nubs. He said, sir, you do what you got to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to have to do. So then he comes home, and he hears about one of God's generals, Kenneth Hagin. He's not too far away. I think they were They might have been Tulsa, he might have been Texas, wherever they was going, but he wanted to hear Kenneth Hagin speak. And so he says, well, I'm just going to believe God. So he comes home, he tells his family, change all your clothes, we're going to see Kenneth Hagin speak today. They didn't even have a car that worked. They said, huh? Yeah, we're going to see Kenneth Hagin speak. And they all sat down and, just sitting around, phone rings. This old lady calls up and says, Jerry, I know this might sound crazy, but Kenneth Hagin is in another town and I wanted to go and I can't drive all over there. Would you mind driving me? He says, yeah, we'll be right over. We're all ready. So they get in the car and they go to see Kenneth Hagin speak. And you don't necessarily have to record this if I'm over. And they go to see Kenneth Hagin speak. So they go there and Kenneth Hagin's, he brings his daughter up. Kenneth Hagin sees the daughter, so they prayed over the daughter's fingers. And so, some weeks go by. They go back, take the bandages off. Her fingers grow back. This is a documented miracle in Texas. Amen. That's super right there.
Amen.
That's the life that we signed on to. That's just one of thousands of stories I could tell you, not just of what I've read and what I heard, but what we've experienced. Some stuff you've already heard. That's what we signed on to. Now, how are we going to even see the super if we're drinking the natural? How are we going to see incorruptible if we're drinking corruptible? Drinking that kryptonite. That's what the challenge is. You think it's okay. At what cost?
Amen.
And I can guarantee you, I was talking to your daughter yesterday, so she was, trying to play games. So I was speaking to her before she was leaving, so she's trying to, she's laughing, but she's trying to play hard to get and stuff. So I said, cool, you're going to need me before I need you. I was picking with her, but did y'all hear what I just said? See, the thing is, purpose is going, you can compromise if you want, but you're going to need me. You can say, I don't need to do that. That's not important. Oh, no. You're saying it now because you don't want to take the steps or pass the test or make the sacrifices for the super. But you will never be able to get around it. It's just, what are you going to be dealing with when you recognize it's not a choice?
Amen.
Super is not an option because that's what you were sent here for. So you can get busy. You can find other things to invest years in. You can go, that's not what God has for me because you don't want it.
Amen.
You can do all those things, but it's always going to come around to purpose. Going to be sitting right there going, we going to do super or what? Like the compromised relationship that some of us been in, some of us are older, been in the compromised relationship. You knew it was compromised when you got in a relationship. And you're like, nah, it's cool, it'll just work itself out. But it always comes back around to the decision that you should have made when you got in a relationship, don't it?
That's right.
Come right back. The thing that you blew off, oh, that's not going to be that big of a deal. We'll work that out. That's the very thing that breaks up the relationship, doesn't it?
That's right. Amen.
Well, right now, the compromising relationship may be lust. Compromising relationship may be fear. Compromising relationship may be whatever you're compromising with. And right now you're going, oh, we'll cross that bridge when we get it. Yeah, it's making me a little over the top. My hormones go a little wild, but we'll work that out. Yeah, making me, sometimes, every once in a while I feel a little sharp pain, but no big deal. We'll work that out. So you keep excusing what's telling you it's not okay. But it always comes down, what causes the breakup in that relationship is the very thing that you knew going into it.
Amen.
So we can't compromise super.
Wow.
Just to be natural.
That's so good.
We can't live natural. That's when you be feeling depressed. Because super be like, so we're going to do this again? So we got to walk there now. Well, we ever going to fly?
Wow.
And I might not be specifically talking about flying, but y'all know what I mean. Like, are we always just going to do what everybody does? Are we always going to do what we've done before? Are we going to do the bare minimum? Are we going to constantly be in a situation where people are always telling us what to do? Like, you're smarter than everybody in the building, but you don't want to do anything to put yourself in a position where people can work for you.
Amen. Amen.
I don't understand. You should be at the 3rd tier, but you don't even want to apply for the promotion. Like, are we going to do this again? You keep selling for these people that don't care nothing about you?
Amen.
They only want to get from you?
Ooh, hallelujah.
Like, okay. And then you just feel like, you just feel like, I just want to sleep. I just sleep. It'll all go away. Or if I just sleep forever, it'll go away. But what you're dealing with in the moment is what you take into eternity. So suicide is not an option. Especially if you're trying to commit suicide for relief. You don't get no relief, you just took the pain into eternity. You don't get no relief. Now what you was dealing with in the moment that was subject to change was due to past, now it's forever. They don't tell you that on the front end of the brochure, suicide brochure. I'm not taking it lightly. I'm trying to wake us up to it's time.
Amen.
It's time to soar, to fly. God got all this waiting for you. It's just time to do it. Stand on your feet.
Thanks for tuning into Heirs TV. The completion of this video or entire audio can be accessed at our website at www.heirscc.org or on Heirs CCC channel, YouTube, and Heirs Radio via SoundCloud and iTunes. Donations can be given at our website. Thank you. Remember, at Heirs, we believe we're just what you prayed for.